ex-President Jonathan may become president in 2023 again. No doubt that there is always no smoke without fire, as it is said in African proverbial literature. Also, the fact that in politics, what is permanent is interest and not enmity. At present, the clamor and agitation for power shift to the southern part of Nigeria is heating up the polity, while the southwest is formidable in the APC and well positioned to rift power from the north in a cordial agreement. The southeast seems volatile with insecurity threat that poses mistrust to the north, especially the recent face-off from Eastern Security Network with the Nigerian Armed Forces. In the same vein, the North perhaps is viewing the recent regional security network in the Southwest as a threat to its alliance, though one may not conclude yet, as anything is possible in politics even within 24 hours. However, the internal party movement and power scheme within the APC, which is now 100% in the hands of the North, could be a deciding factor for alliance with any region and or personality it deemed fit and trustworthy from the South to assume the number one seat of power in Nigeria. At this level of politics, party affiliation doesn't count much when the kite is to be flown for interested political folks to dare. Such is the hunt or lobby for ex-President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to defect to the All Progressive Congress and be rewarded for his sportsmanship, and for the South-South region to complete its tenure of 8 years, having served 4 years from 2011 to 2015. Thus, if the romance by some notable APC echelons is anything to go by, then the kite is already in the sky. Recall that on Jonathan's birthday, key stakeholders, mostly governors of the APC fold from the north, paid a courtesy visit to the former president at his Abuja residence. That is notwithstanding the fact that Gije himself has been romancing with Aso Rock with several visits and invitations from the presidency, most of which were closed-door meetings. The romance, no doubt, is causing great ripple in the PDP, such that Governor Wike of Rivers State, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and other governors of PDP are worried and not at ease at all over the game referred to as war without bloodshed, according to the quote of Mao Zedong, which is being outplayed by Jonathan, the presidency, and the APC. Of a particular concern to these stakeholders of PDP is that the visit to Jonathan's Abuja residence during his birthday celebration witnessed chieftains of the ruling party, led by the APC Caretaker Committee chairman himself, Governor Mai Mala Buni. Among the APC governors, Buni's entourage were David Umahi of Ebonyi State, Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State, and Abubakar Badaru of Jigawa State. It was learned that former Senate President Ken Nnamani was also in the entourage. The PDP bigwigs viewed the visit to Jonathan with no parallax prism at all, due to the fact that the former president had never received such august visitors from the APC camp since he lost election and consequently vacated office in 2015. To add is the fact that the visit was coming a few days after defection of Governor Mahi from the PDP to the APC. Certainly, this calls for concern in the opposition camp. This was not helped by speculations making the rounds that the APC may consider Jonathan for its 2023 presidential ticket through some compromises and political horse trading, but never a Trojan horse. More disturbing to the PDP leaders is the former president's perceived quietness over the seemingly Greek offer from the ruling All Progressive Congress. Jonathan is compounding the fears in the PDP camp over the speculated moves by some actors in the ruling All Progressive Congress to woo him into the 2023 presidential contest by offering him the party's ticket for him to defect. The Ogige, as is fondly called, has maintained that it is too early to start discussing 2023 election. That coy response has continued to rattle some of his compatriots in the PDP as a party. Now, if the scheme as rumored is correct, and Jonathan neatly accepts to be corralled into the 2023 race by the APC, it may likely sink the presidential ambitions and political future of a number of PDP bigwigs. It could also spell doom for the opposition party in the short and medium term. In the event of Jonathan picking the APC ticket and winning the election, agitations for power to revert to the north in 2027 could be the game plan, since constitutionally, Jonathan is eligible for only one term if he chooses to contest in 2023. So, Jonathan could pose a great threat to people like Atiku, Tambuwal, and Wike, and few others who are believed to be nursing ambition for the presidency come 2023 in the PDP. It is also in the glare that Wike's recent attack on the PDP national chairman Uche Secondus, who the governor accused of scheming for a fresh tenure at the expiration of his current one, since his tenure shall end by December 2021, and a fresh tenure for Secondus could rob Wike of his speculated ambition. If tradition in the PDP is anything to go by, a candidate on a joint presidential ticket cannot emerge from the same zone with the chairman of the party. So for Wike to have his way, the chairmanship of the party would have to shift to another geopolitical zone. Of course, it is an open secret that the PDP chairman owed his present position to Wike's domineering influence in the party. The governor, against all odds, had deployed enormous human and material resources to ensure that Secondus emerged victorious at the party's 2017 National Convention, but now viewed to be too powerful and arrogant to some PDP chieftains and power brokers, as Wike always rants. Analysts are of the view that the strident calls by these party chieftains of southern extraction for power shift might have informed the decision of the faction in the APC interim leadership to play the Jonathan's card. The calculation, according to some sources, is to have one of the members of the faction run a joint ticket with the former president. Speculations also have it that if Jonathan digests the offer and the plan's case through, it means there will be demands by the same persons fronting him now for power to move back to the north in 2027. Since Jonathan's eligibility to contest was a Constitutional Amendment Bill number 16 assented to by President Buhari in June 2018. In the bill, it prescribed that a vice president or a deputy governor who succeeds and completes the tenure of a president or governor can only run for the office one more time. As vice president, Jonathan has succeeded the late President Umaru Yar'Adua, who died in 2010. He had gone ahead to contest and win the presidential election in 2015. He had contested again in 2019 but lost to Buhari and the APC. Constitutionally, analysts, however, hold the view that the law cannot be made to take a retroactive effect in the Jonathan case. They insist the law could only take effect from June 2018 when the bill was assented to by the president. It is also a pointer to why some echelons of the APC created a dichotomy of faction amongst the party's machinery in June 2020, a scheme believed to have been orchestrated to frustrate or edge out the southwest region, particularly the ambition of Bola Tinubu and Governor Kayode from the presidential flag of the APC in 2023. But could this be true against particularly Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who contributed enormously in the realization of the pact that enthroned APC, the North, and President Buhari to power? Nevertheless, in politics, it is solely interest and not lasting enmity.